Welcome to another episode of the Quiver Podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening. And today we'll be discussing who are your all-time underrated starting five for the DLSU Green Archers in the UAP. Meaning those players who were probably not star players, but underrated by the general community when they played for the South. But before we talk about that, introduce everyone here. I'm Kiko, joined by Gio. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Vic.
Hello, everybody.
All right, guys. Before we go to the look back at the past, let's stay fresh on the present first. We played NU last Wednesday. We played them two straight. We played the first in Ormoc with the Pinya Cup,
Pangatlo
right?
to. Pangatlo to.
Pangatlo.
Pangatlo.
Pangatlo na. Walang sawa eh.
Para tayo nag-best of 3 Best of 3.
uh,
Best of 5. The sweep. Sweep.
we swept.
3-0 eh.
Hopefully we don't play them
3-0.
anymore. Kung nasa UAP lang magkikita na eh. We play the best of five sa UAP na ulit. Interesting game. Staying undefeated in the Phil Oil tournament, beating NU. Interesting. That was a heated game. Jacob Cortez actually got ejected in that game for 2 technical fouls, if I remember correctly. But in the end game, it was the other Cortez, Mikey Cortez, who stepped up and sealed the dagger and the win for the Archers. Vic, takeaways from that game, takeaways from the other cool kitten stepping up for the Green Archers against NU.
Ako, unang-una muna, pakiayos yung mga referees, ha? Di ko maintindihan. Una, even the Coliseum Barker kay Mason binigay, hindi ko alam, hindi nila
there was confusion there
something to that
on the call. Yeah.
Pucha, parang hindi ko alam eh. Hindi kong tulog yung mga referees. As there was this another play na wherein Coach Topex got a T na binangga si Michael Phillips as he was going cutting towards the basket. Binangga siya, walang tawag na foul.
Nag-react si Topex.
Siya, sobrang sakit sa ulo nitong mga referees na to. Parang yung game lang namin kanina sa preseason game namin for the women's basketball team. Sakit din sa ulo ng mga referees para sila mga nag-OJT. So yun yung unang-una kong gustong i-comment sa game nung Wednesday. Ang lala niya. But I think ang doon is that it was still a comfortable win. Dapat not until nag-relax tayo defensively last 2 minutes.
Naghabol si NU sa fourth. Yep.
Nakatatlong dikit na tres tong NU. Dalawa kay Humamoy and the other I forgot who made that triple to cut the lead down to 2 yata. And then it was the Mikey Cortez show from then on. Bilib ako sa bata kasi even if sabi natin Phil Oil lang yan, but for a rookie on that stage, no, na you need to deliver, and yun, nakapag-deliver siya, relax eh. Even yung pump fake and then sidestep, finish, and then yung open three niya, it was sobrang composed. Yun nga. So, bilib ako. And then, so, I think napansin nyo naman even sa GC natin, ang after making those 2 crucial plays, ang usapan na natin, oops! Sino maaalis?
Whose spot is taking?
Oops! Kaninong spot ang makukuha? Kasi nagpakitang gilas agad eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, ang biruan natin kagad sa GC na, naku po, sino maaalis with that kind of performance? Although it's just one game. Alam naman natin na there are so many games na pwedeng i-evaluate about performances of those players na alam natin na trying to make the cut for this coming the UAAP season 88's final lineup natin. But yun nga, that performance is commendable. Hindi basta-basta for a rookie to just show up in there and deliver crucial baskets for you. But yun nga, siguro ako mas babalikan ko yung nag-relax tayo on defense. That's why we para tayo din yung at fault doon na we allowed NU to come back from wala na yun. Ako to be honest, relax na ako eh. Parang sabi ko, okay, we will win by 10 points or more. Depende na lang kung ano yung mangyayari, but suddenly, 'di ba? Tatlong dikit na stress from NU to make that game to make that game interesting. So yun yung mga key takeaway siguro sa atin na learnings from that game na hindi
Yeah.
tayo pwede mag-relax talaga na we can't we can't play relax on defense, allowing teams to come back kahit hindi na dapat sila, they have no right to come back at that point of the game. Under 2 minutes, you're up 9-10. Dapat wala na, hindi mo na dapat binibigyan ng opportunity or ng buhay yung kalaban mo at that point. Kasi we have seen stranger things happen in basketball na most of the time yung hinabol yun yung talo eh. Kasi hindi nila bigla magpapanik, di alam paano magre-react, 'di ba? So ako yun, yun yung takeaway ko sana more than amidst all what happened kasi we have seen Jacob's brilliance before he got ejected, and then all of a sudden pag alis niya si Kia naman yung nagbitbit sa atin hanggang matapos yung game. So yun yung isa pa ding takeaway siguro doon na
Yeah.
we have options right now, kahit
Yeah.
may
Oh,
hindi
sige, Vic.
magandang mangyari, 'di ba?
Yeah. It's great. That's really what Phil is for, diba? This tournament is really for giving everyone an opportunity to chance to see what they can do and see what they can contribute come UAP time. Gio, come you saw that hype was all about Kian and really Jacob Cortez coming in to be contribution in that backcourt lineup. Now we see Mikey contributing. What do you make of our lineup composition? How do you think it's forming? How do you think it's shaping after this game against NU?
I think I think it's always good that the preseason is being used to determine who is the final set of players come the UAAP. And I know it's a cliche because we talk about that a lot, and that's how it should always be. But if you're giving specific players opportunities to come in and show why they should be in the lineup or why they should be given a chance to be in the lineup, that's probably for me more important than winning. And to play Mikey Cortez, who all of us have not seen this guy, and in a high pressure situation, and for him to deliver shows now he's got the balls, but he could be potentially a very good player for us. And tama si Vic eh. See, the question now is, teka lang, sino tatanggal sa lineup? And those are good questions to have, right? Not because we're not thinking about the career of people. Like we all have like soft spots for certain players, especially the GH boys. But you need to have a competitive lineup so that everyone pushes each other to the next level. And that's what I'm actually enjoying about these Green Archers this year. Yes, Jacob is playing well. Yes, Kian is playing well. But parang everyone may next man up mentality sila eh. And I kind of enjoy that. Mason is no longer just a 3-point shooter. He's now banging his body inside
Yeah,
because
posting up. Yep.
he has to adjust. Pablo has playing is just playing like playing well, doing like 8 points, 10 points, 11 points, and it's going across it. Like Bright Nuwanko is not scoring, but he's blocking shots. He's doing
He's doing other
rebounds.
things. Yep.
Yeah, and Abadam is coming in and is finding his groove again. So finding the right players to play in the system, but also getting the players into the right groove is more important for us, at least in the short term. And that's what I'm happy about here. And I was a little bit worried na ang tagal ng break natin, na 4 weeks break, but to see the team come back as if there was no break. Yeah, sure, we went to Ormoc and all these things. But for us to come back into the Phil Oil and just pick up right where we left off shows me that it's a good mentality for the team. And I'm excited for this team and what to see this coming season.
Yeah, it's really good. So it's a really good chance for these guys to find their roles in the team. Now it's as like Vic said in the previous episode, it will come down to those last 2-3 roster slots. And because we more or less know some of the key players in this roster, we have the Phillips, Kian, Jacob. These are the locks. What they've shown so far, so playing time, so their performance on the court. Now it's those three, four, and Vic. Is it how crucial are those final slots? Because some people think throwaway slot yun eh. Those 14, 15, 16 slot. 16 na nga yan eh, compared to FIBA or other NBA, 12 lang, di ba? We have 16 here in the
12.
UAP. Ang dami. Ang dami. How crucial are those? Is it something to look back na, okay, those guys won't see the court anyway. How important are those last 3 slots for a team with a lineup composition of 16 players?
I think ang unang pumapasok sa isip ko is remember that time na baka matulungan nyo ako dito na during ECJ's time, di ba, parang may years na parang 13, 14 lang yung naka-line up natin, di ba? And yet,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is the 2013 or 2014 or 2015 season under kay Coach Juno na
15 to.
we
15 to.
we
I know
had
you're talking
we
about.
had
15.
we had injuries, di ba?
15
And
to.
then
Yeah.
parang ang naging usap-usapan sa mga fans na shucks, bakit ganyan, bakit yan lang ni lineup natin, kung nag-line up tayo ng 15-16 baka we could have lined up someone else na pwede mag-fill in kasi we are injury riddled, parang ganon, di ba, at some stretch of the season. So having said that, important, kahit sabi mo 14, 15, 16, those are still important slots kasi hindi mo masasabi kung anong mangyayari during the season. At least you have options pag nagka-aberya ka, hindi ka mag-scramble, hindi mo itatapon yung season mo dahil yung 14th, 15th, and 16th persons mo sa lineup, yung mga tipong hindi mo talaga yung perceived na hindi makakapag-contribute. So that's how important those 14, 15, and 16 slots are. Kasi hindi mo, kahit sabihin mo walang injury hindi mo alam kung anong magiging takbo ng game. So there are instances wherein coaches would look for, ayoko naman sabihing desperation situations, but yes, para na rin siyang ganon na ano pa kayang pwedeng kombinasyon dito yung pwede ko magamit. And these coaches will look for those 14, 15, and 16 slots. Kasi hindi mo alam kung kumbaga naghahanap ka na ng paraan para manalo ka and you would really take a gamble on playing those 14, 15, and 16 persons. 'Di ba? So
Yeah.
it's not important. Hindi siya yung normal na hindi tapon lang yan so bahala ka na lang. Bahala ka magpili ng John Doe dyan na 14 pang 14, 15,
Yeah.
and 16.
Yeah. Gio, I remember going back to the time, it's like the rationale was there of the team was we don't want to give away slots just for the sake of giving away slots. We were going to roll with these 14 guys we know deserve the team. We're not going to fill us up for the sake of. And, they're not, like to Vic's point, they're not just the human victory cigars na parang Ray Jan Lee papasok na undefeated ata si Ray Jan Lee in his UAP career kasi he would come in panalo na usually always. So I think he never lost the game. He played on the court remember correctly. How important is to get the most deserving players to that 14 and 15, 16 slot?
There's this. Ideally, I think nowadays, like maybe 10 years ago, it wasn't as important. It was important, but not as important as it is today. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that back in the day, the way basketball was played was different from what it is today. There's more shooting now. There's more pressing. It's different. And I think now 1 to 16 is really important now because injuries can happen easily. And if your lineup is strong from 1 to 16, you can afford to press the whole game. You can afford to outplay your opponents and
Keep switching on defense, all these
Yes.
things, mas
and
high
you can trust
intensity.
that your team is doing it. And of course, there's another factor is diba sobrang dumadami yung injuries, ACL, not ACL.
Mga tear.
Yeah,
Yung mga tear.
yes. Si Halliburton, si
Achilles.
yeah, the
Achilles
Achilles tear. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
happening too often now. I wouldn't be surprised if in 2 or 3 years it's gonna happen in the UAP because that's normally like what happens, right? Like when Steph started shooting the heck out of 3-point shooting, eventually we took that on like 3 or 4 years later. That's gonna happen to us, and we need to have a full bench that is ready. But also having a full bench that is ready na wala kang throwaway players pushes everyone up, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
now your 16th guy can say, hey, you're number one guy. Kung hindi masyado magkalayo yung difference nila, then you know that your spot isn't ready yet, and you need to always improve. And as long as they have that mentality, then that's good.
Yeah.
Back in the day, sure, ito next season na lang to, mas kailangan natin siya. Fine, I get that. That's not the case anymore nowadays. Especially now that it's more common that people transfer schools.
Yeah. And it's a good point. And even just not pushing the number one guy, it's pushing those 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys, those guys who give you minutes off the bench, saying, you know what, I can take his 8, 10 minutes from him if I play well enough. And that
Correct.
elevates the level of your bench. So I think that's the important of having depth, 16. It gives the coach options, flexibility in terms of the lineup, and it pushes your guys in, whether in practice or during the games itself. And these are the really underrated players, which segues us to our next topic.
Kicks.
DLSU, yeah. Okay, Vic.
Kaya take note, huwag sayangin ang mga roster spots.
Huwag sayangin.
Huwag sayangin. Use wisely.
Diba? Yep.
Huwag yung mga ano-ano lang dyan. Basta
In due course, not the
use
golf
wisely.
course. Yun ang sabihin ko. In due course, not the golf course. Lagat tayo dito eh. Baka mababasa tayo sa baka persona ng gala tayo sa city. Babasain lang tayo doon. Pagdaan natin. Anyway, going to the topic. LaSalle, to our topic of the day. LaSalle has had so many star players throughout its UAP history. Just come with the UAP. You have the Casios, the Tengs, the Embalas, right? The KQs, Yos, Cardonas. We have had star players who are legendary in terms of LaSalle community's eyes, in the UAP's eyes. But we've also had players who have flown under the radar who have contributed to LaSalle, to our UAP championships, to wins, to the entire program. And these players, can we say, as they have been underrated in terms of what they've contributed to LaSalle basketball in the UAP. So in today's episode, guys, we're going to go through each position: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center, and see who are our top underrated players per position. In the we focused on the stars previously. We did a 150 peso challenge where to follow your lineup full of LaSalle legends. Now talk about who are those underrated players
Yan.
in LaSalle's UAP history. I guess, guys, more than the players itself, I think one of the discussion here is really crucial. Is this player underrated in the first place? You can't have that. That has to be a part of the conversation. Is he underrated in the first place? That'll be part of the conversation as we go through these different names, right? And of course, we may not know. We have being underrated. It's very subjective. We may have missed some topics. We have missed some players. Please let us know in the comments. Give us your own underrated lineup. Point guard, shooting guard. Give us your own power forward, center. Who you think deserves to be our all-time underrated DLSU 5? Let us know in the comments. Drop and we'll discuss on the next show. Okay, guys. How is this? Let's go point guard to center to start. Okay. Point guard, guys. LaSalle, of course, always known as the security agency in Franz Pumaren's days. So what we'll do is we'll throw out some names and we can try to discuss and try to agree on who will be our underrated player for that position, starting with point guard. Okay. I don't know who Gio's answer Gio's answer is, so let's further suspense. Let's go to Vic first. Vic, who is your nominee or nominees for underrated? We've had so much And mostly our point guards are usually underrated Usually yung star player natin yan Sila Dindo, JB, right? It's tough.
Yun din
it's tough.
God. Baka si Kib. I'd like to put...
that's a good shout. That's a good
I'd
shout.
like to put Kib sa underrated natin. Baka si Kib. I'd like to put Kib there sa underrated natin. Kasi siguro ang thinking ko was coming from high school na he's a super scorer. He sacrificed whatever, kumbaga nag-adjust din siya talaga kung paano siya makakatulong sa team.
Oh, yung defensive side niya, especially, grabe yun. What he gave in the defensive end for us, I've
di ba?
one of the top. Good call. Yeah.
So parang nag-adjust siya 180-degree turn to adjust yung style of play niya para makatulong sa sistema natin. Kung ano yung gusto ng mga coaches natin, kung ano yung role na that they want to make him do. Parang that.
Yeah. Gio, do you have a nominee for your underrated?
I need to, alam mo, kasi there's one person on YouTube who commented na why did I pick Thomas Torres over Mike Cortez?
Kailangan sagutin yan eh.
Alright, here's your chance, Gio.
Pwede kayo paliwanag. Pwede mo ipaliwanag.
Because Thomas Torres is the GOAT, okay?
Yeah.
But he's also although
in terms of all-time game rankings, Gio, we have third Kobe's 81 point, 100 point ni Wilt. Then we have Thomas Torres' game against Letran in terms of all-time.
Yes,
kasama mo.
No, I don't think people understand. People don't understand that game kasi. But it's also, I think, like, there's a lot of things kasi about, I don't want to digress here. But because I've already picked Thomas in the, ano tawag doon?
150 peso challenge.
In the 150 peso challenge, I am gonna go for Simon Atkins. As a point guard.
Pwede din.
I think Simon was pretty impressive in 2007 as a rookie to be a backup to PY. And then, although he did not, he did not bring us to a championship again after that season, he was forced to adapt to the circumstances. Like, I think it was in 2010 na ginawa siyang shooting guard bigla.
Yep.
Yeah. Ginawa siyang shooting guard.
We were pretty thin back then eh. We needed him at the shooting guard. Medyo palibis na tayong lineup natin noon eh. Manipis na tayo noon.
So, you have the star point guard, an MVP point guard out of Zobel. He comes into college, plays decently. Unfortunately, does not play for a great DLSU team, call a spade, but was always there. What I respect the most about Simon is that was the year that he graduated high school. LaSalle was suspended, and that was the year na si Mix de Asis tsaka si Martin Reyes. Yeah, both his classmates from Zobel went to UP, and he decided to stay in LaSalle. And I'll never forget. Go ahead, Vic.
Siya lang yung nag-iisang recruit natin nung year na yun.
That year, he said, I will win to set out so I can play for LaSalle. So that's very...
And what I wanna add to that was, I will never forget that on his last game for LaSalle, natalo tayo nun eh.
FEU. There's FEU.
Grabe iyak niya eh. Kasi parang, alam mo yung, he's one of the few players that I feel like genuinely love LaSalle, and that's something I can also say about going back to the Green Hills boys in Thomas Torres, even si Webb to a certain extent, but I think he deserves a shout here as a underrated player.
Okay.
Kicks.
Do you? Oh, go ahead, Vic. You have additional?
Ano lang kay Simon pa din. On a serious note, sana ma-retire din yung jersey niya sa Zobel. Yun lang.
Sa Zobel, you mean?
I think he deserves to have his jersey retired also there on what he's done for the school and for the team. Yun lang.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think I have two names in mind? Do you think LA Revilla and TY Tang don't fall under the underrated category? Kasi LA hindi naka-champion sa atin, di ba? He didn't.
Naka-champion si LA.
It's
2013.
last year, 2013.
Yep.
Nakaisa si LA. TY Tang had two.
Two.
So they were part of Champions
04 and
Series.
07.
Yeah, 7. Do you think these guys fall under the underrated category?
Sige, mag-start ako. Sa akin parang hindi ko sila malagay kasi sobrang kailangan mo sila eh.
Mm.
Parang I consider them as key players to the team, especially on those championship runs. Sila yung ano ko talaga, sila yung important yung papel na ginagampanan nila. So I hindi ko sila ma-classify as underrated players, as alam mo kung ano yung makukuha mo sa kanila eh. At any given point of the game, alam mo kung ano yung pwede nilang iambag. So ako dun lang ako nanggagaling. That's why I'm having a tough time putting them as underrated players.
Okay, so go ahead, Gio.
No, I'd probably say the same thing. I think that LA played a very pivotal role in 2013 championship, teaming up with the GOAT
Sobra.
Thomas Torres to seeing ko talaga yun, no? But he played a very pivotal role that year, and his 2 free throws sealed it in the end. So like Gerald played very well. ABO played very well, but he sealed the game, even though he only had 2 points, right? But the leadership he provided to the team was also very important.
Absolutely.
And
Class.
TY Tang naman, established leader siya by 2007. From the TY Tang days to an established leader, that's why I can't put him as underrated. Like he was clearly one of the best players on that 2007.
Okay. All right, here's my last wildcard before we can pick. Do you think like a Mac Kuan, Dean Aldeguer could fall into this category as well?
I think baka si Mac. Baka si Coach Mac. Pwede ko
he was overshadowed by other point guards at that time. Iniisip ko.
Yes.
Dean had the starting role and he had that big shot. Pero si Mac, iniisip ko he was always overshadowed by other players on his team. Hindi siya napapansin. But he had a solid UAPPBA career rin. Coach.
Yes, sa akin pwede. Pwede ko ilagay si Coach Mac siguro as one of those underrated players that we had na, alam mo yun, it was really a surprise. Especially that 1999 run na si Dino was mostly biglang nagkaroon ng something.
Inconsistent.
Biglang off the bench si Dino, naging starter bigla si Coach Mac. And then Coach Mac played that, kumbaga yung role na from shift niya from off the bench to starter. Yun, parang nakaka-believe din na he was able to transition smoothly from an off the bench to a starter guy leading that championship team.
Okay.
So year.
Given our si Mac, si Kib, and si Simon, can we come to consensus, guys? Who do you guys think among those 3 names can be our underrated LaSalle point guard?
Thomas Torres.
Hirap. Okay lang, we don't have to agree if there's no clear consensus.
Sige, kasi point guard, no? Parang dapat baka si Kibbs off guard ko nilagay. So kung point guard. Ako baka mag-Coach Mac ako. For point guard. Baka mag-Coach Mac ako for point guard.
Yeah. How about you, Gio? Are you sticking with Simon?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with Simon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hindi tayo ma-agree sa point guard. at least. Okay, that's fine. It shows that a lot of good players. That's not a bad thing to have. Diba? Malakas tayo sa alumni games, if that's something we can think about. If that's something we can take away.
Yun. Oo, tama.
All right, guys. Ito the shooting guard. G, why don't you start off with this one?
Shooting guard. Talked about a lot of players at shooting guard the last time. Isip tayo. Was Marata shooting guard?
Yeah. Shooting guard, small forward. I guess we can throw him in there.
Okay.
Games that win against Ateneo, those back-to-back threes.
Yeah, the only time na nag-champion yung na nagnanalo Lasal nung college life
Years
ko.
mo. And you have been a good player, if not for the dengue. I will always believe that. Kundi siya na dengue. He had a big game at Ateneo. Bigyan
Yes.
sa FA sa dengue siya. And that was never the same since.
Yes. I agree.
Yung mosquito na yan, may ano na yan. Naka-Ateneo shirt yan, if I remember.
Yun.
Lamok na yun. Vic, any nominees for your end? From your end?
Old school ako dito. Alvin Castro.
Classic. I
Makakalimutan.
thought you would go Orfresio. Kala ko mag-Orfresio ka from the ano.
Small forward ko si Kali dyan.
Okay.
To. Kasi, 1999 na injure si Renren eh. So, akala nila, putya, Lasal is done. Lasal is done. Then suddenly, uy! May mas matangkad kay Ritualo, shooter din. Dumidepensa pa. Diyari.
And
Tapos
good
ang
shot
boxing,
eh.
di ba?
Nakakalimutan lagi si ano, kasi friend rin eh, na-overshadow si Alvin.
Na-overshadow si Alvin eh. Dahil dahil sa brilliance ni Renren eh. So yan ang ano ko, si Alvin Castro sa akin.
Alright. My shout, maybe it's more of an honorable mention, not completely sold, is maybe Luigi De La Paz. He was a very good college player for me. Luigi De La Paz did fill this role, did the right things. We knew he wouldn't make it in the pro, it wouldn't be the best pro, given his profile style of play. But he was an excellent college player. I think he gave us he helped us in so many ways. But my nominee for this one, parang siyang tres eh. But you can take two, I guess. Mon Jose. That might be, for me, not always. Or is that an underrated category? Dahil, what do you guys
Kasi
think?
Coach Mon sa akin, parang kaya torn ako sa
Three
small
siya.
forward kasi either si Coach Mon or si Kali dyan ang small forward para sa akin. So yun, medyo torn. Silang dalawa yung ano ko for small forward. Coach Mon at si Kali dyan.
Okay.
Although, baka si Coach Mon, pwede nating i-fall na hindi kasi pwedeng iba mag-argue hindi siya underrated kasi alam mo na he's your best defensive player in the team. So baka hindi siya mag-fall.
Pwede.
Kasi baka yung iba magsabi na hindi underrated si Coach Mon kasi we all know he's the best. He's the leader of that defense.
Okay.
Kaya baka hindi siya mag-count as an underrated player.
Yeah, he was not always the star player, but he was the leader of that team, in a way. Among those championship teams. So, Gio, for shooting guard, do you see a consensus somewhere? Going for shooting guard.
I think I like what Vic said about Alvin Castro.
Okay.
With that, yeah. He's right there. When Renren went down, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he never got his props kasi nga Renren was there, an all-time great, diba?
Yes.
So, hindi na napansin si Alvin. So I think that captures what an underrated player is in going with this topic. All right, let's go to small forward, guys. But before we go to small forward, ano hindi underrated? Blue Fire LPG. Yan.
Hindi yan underrated.
For all your LPG needs for your cafeteria, office, any of your businesses, you need LPG, contact Blue Fire LPG on social media. Another underrated brand is Sabi Skincare for fresher, younger, more rejuvenated skin. Sabi Skincare. And always thank to other sponsors, Ibarra Manila. Check out the Ibarra Manila Instagram. Great watches. And congrats to Fletcher on their recently successful Fletcher Cup, bringing all these LaSalle schools for one-day volleyball tournament. Check out the Fletcher store and IG for that one. Great stuff. Great stuff, great shirts. Next, guys, small forward. Okay. Vic, you are going with Orfresho from earlier. Is that your vote for this one? Okay.
Kalijan. Yan.
Okay. Gio, do you have one?
Joshua Webb.
Joshua Webb.
Joshua Webb.
Okay.
I sincerely believe na kung hindi niya inapakan si
Kiefer.
player, Kiefer ba
Si
yun?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Si Bacon, sorry.
I sincerely think kung hindi niya inapakan si Bacon Austria, medyo
If we won that game, that Corey game, the yellow
should have
game,
won that game. Yes, you should have won
and
that game.
10 feet na tayo ngayon dapat. Counted yung end one ni Hiram, history of the business different. I'm kidding. It changed, the kick that changed everything.
Oo eh. Nag-iba yung
It changed
title.
everything.
No, but
Diba?
remember he was dominating, man. Like ang lakas ng laro niya for several games. And then after that game, it just disappeared. Just like that. So
Yeah. Sobrang deep. Yep.
that was disappointing.
I have two nominees. First is these guys play 3 and 4. So medyo torn ako eh. Nag 3 and 4. First is, I think one is si Coach J.R. Aquino. You play 3.
Papi J.
3, 4.
Pero
Papi J.
si Papi J sa small forward, ay sa power forward, Papi J.
Sa Hinebra na siya nag-small forward, if I remember. Tama, sa bagay.
Yes,
Pwede.
oo. Sa PBA na siya nag-small forward.
Sige, let's leave him there. Let's leave him for far. For this one, is my favorite 3, si Willie Wilson. Yung as a 3.
Ayun.
Yung 3 ko siya.
Oo, si Willie Wilson kasi 3-4 din si Coach Willie.
Yeah, so kaya torn eh. But I like him as a 3. I like when he played 3 in college. Mr. Du, he was not exceptionally great at everything, but he did everything well. And he was a solid contributor for those championship teams. Always reliable.
Parang yun eh, bago parang siya yung next in line after Coach Mon. Silang dalawa ni Coach Mon yung crucial on that nightmare press kasi sobrang versatile nilang dalawa na
exactly.
you can kahit may isang magkamali sa rotation kaya nila i-cover. That's how good Coach Mon and Coach Willie was dun sa nightmare press natin nung championship runs natin sa
I think remember there was a conversation Vic and Gio during mga 2000s, mid 2000s, early 2009, 2010. It was that the press of the Sal was figured out or it wasn't the same. I think one factor there is we didn't have those kinds of players anymore with the flexibility of Willie Wilson. They were those secret sauces to the Sal press. Yeah.
Agree.
Okay. Small forward. So we have Webb, we have Wilson, and we have Vic. We have Kalijan or Fresho. Yep. They 2-3. Okay. Or Fresho, I remember him hitting big shots. Joshua Webb playing that cruise, carrying us in the 2008 season for some time. It was Will Wilson being part of the championship teams. Any consensus of we can pick here from you guys? It's a tough one.
Yeah. Torn ako kay Kalijan at kay Willie Wilson.
Same.
No, I'll go for my batchmate, Joshua Webb.
Okay. I might have to stick with Wilson for this one. I have to stick with Wilson.
Kicks ikaw, saan ka?
Baka Willie Wilson. Because I remember our freshman gave us big shots and big moments eh. Kahit di mo siya what makes him underrated for him, there will be some moments. Ano ba to, YC on the court, tapos may gagawin siya out of the blue na that will be a key to us when hit a big shot, make a big play. May pasundot-sundot. That's what I'm torn eh. And that's what makes an underrated player. So I'm torn.
Ako, I'll go with Kalijan ako. Mag-aano
okay,
ako
so
kay Kalijan.
No consensus for small forward. No triple vote. Sige. All right. Guys, power forward. I already said my vote earlier. JR Aquino. Gio, do you have one?
So I was thinking about this. I'm torn between choosing two players.
Okay.
And the first one is actually honestly di ako sure eh. But sige, fine. Carlos Sharma or si Norbert.
Let's think about Norbert too. As
Oh.
just under me.
So I think there's a consensus there on Norbert. So let's go with Norbert.
How about you, Vic? Power forward. Do you have someone else in mind?
Papi J! Papi J, loyal lang kay Papi J. Loyal lang kay Papi J.
Coach JR Aquino.
Okay, Papi J.
Okay.
Kasi si Cholo nasa 150 ko eh. Sasama ko naman dito si JR para walang tampuhan. Para walang
Ayan.
tampuhan.
Shucks. Now I'm torn. So we have Norbert, we have Coach JR. Gia, do you have a sensible tiebreaker for both of them? Can you see? Let's look from the premise na underrated sila. Coach GR would do a lot of the small things about being the star player. Was Norbert was a very good player? Was he too big a part of the team to be underrated?
That's possible.
What I'm thinking is though, he's not ranked among those other LaSalle bigs na Telan, Aliado, diba? Big Ben. He's not put in that same category. That's why he's underrated. Yun yung dalawang school of thoughts ko eh.
Yeah,
That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think we can stick with Coach JR for this case.
Okay.
But may isisingit lang ako one very quick one before we move on. Who I was thinking about apart from Joshua Webb was si OJ Kua.
OJ Kua. Yeah.
That's another guy.
07 team.
Yeah.
Diba? MVP sa Letran Juniors came to us, diba? Played the role.
Oo.
No one said Edu Manzano for NCA kasi yun eh, no? Si Edu Manzano. Para sa
yung kay Norbert, hindi ko siya malagay as underrated kasi I think yung 2013 run natin, sobrang crucial. Yung front line nila ni Arnold was really
Twin Towers. Yeah.
crucial against other teams. Parang hindi pwedeng isa lang yung nag-exist na big. Kasi kung isa lang yung nag-exist, malamang we didn't win the championship also that year. So, sobrang...
And he could stretch the floor
you
too.
need both of them. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go with Coach JR. Finally, guys, center. I'll go with my nominee for this one. Underappreciated, but key to some of our teams in the Franz Pumarian years. The name may have not matched the face, Mr. Adonis Santamaria. Ayan, that's my si center. Not Mario Sal Biggs, but si Adonis. Okay. Gio.
Oh my God. I was thinking someone else. I'll say that someone else, PJ Walsham. 04, 07 championships.
Pwede yun.
Okay, 04. Actually, I was debating between PJ and Kabatu.
Ay, si Jun.
It's
a good shot.
Power forward si Kabatu eh.
Oo, si Jun, mas power forward si Jun eh.
And, like when we talk about, there's this really big-ass myth about PJ Walsham. Na when we talk about, nag-champion naman Lasal na walang sentro. Sentro si PJ Walsham.
Idagdag ko si Kishko. Kasi yung silang dalawa yung bigs natin ng 2007. Kasi
fantastic game. Fantastic game, too.
Si si Ferdinand was part of that group, Yung batch ko si Ferdinand.
Si Ferdy was doing a good job right now in that U16 team. Shout out sa iyo dyan. You have a very, very brilliant batch. So, kailangan lahat yan umangat ng juniors team. Pressure, no?
Ikaw na bahala dyan.
So, yun. Tama. Lahat ng bigs natin ng 2007, gusto ko ilagay na underrated lahat.
It was all Rico. Yung big natin, di ba?
Kasi, imagine mo yung UE na front line na yun.
No,
Elmer
Pampulme,
Espiritu.
Buran, Tiele.
Yeah.
Grabe yun.
Elmer Espiritu. Don't forget, that guy was
Espiritu.
wild.
Buran.
Tapos
Pampulme.
kalaban mo na si Naraba. Si Araw. O kalaban mo sa Ateneo. Yun lang yung fix. Yun yung fix natin. Imagine mo. Kishko, PJ Walsham, tapos si Ferdy. O, di ba? O, imagine mo.
Yeah.
Imagine mo. Lahat yun underrated. Grabe.
Manny Ramos cannot fall under underrated.
Siya yung nominate. Siya yung ano ko sana. Siya yung isa ko pang nominee si Manny Ramos. He
He
was
would do a
just
job.
parang ano siya he was playing behind Don and even Adonis to some extent. So talagang medyo ano rin siya. Hirap siya to sharing lang. Di ko makalimutan to when we lost round 1 1999 in Cuneta against Ateneo. Yun yung unang game ni BJ against Ateneo na ang ano nila was Ateneo won because the game was played July 31, feast day ni St. Ignatius. So yun daw yung reason ba't sila nanalo. But nung round 2 wala si Renren, tinambakan natin sila. Anyhow, nagkaroon nun ng article, hindi ko alam if this was in TLS sa Mado de la Salle yan. Nagkaroon siya ng article, Who is Manny Ramos? Imagine mo yun. Nagkaroon siya ng article, Who is Manny Ramos? Oh, diba?
Okay. I think by virtue of that, I think he should be a winner. If we ask who is parang who is Arsene Wenger article, diba? Vic, ito is who is Manny Ramos. I think parang
kasi parang ano siya nun he was played and medyo nag-struggle siya against Enrico kasi he had to guard Enrico that time.
So sinasabi lang pa siya. That was the talk
so
back then.
So everyone was surprised na bakit yan pinalaro ni Coach Franz? Bakit siya pinasok sa game to defend Enrico? But I think if I recall it correctly that time, we were in foul trouble din. The bigs were even si Don was playing out of sync din. Hindi 99 tama andun pa si Don. So parang ano rin siya we really didn't play well that game no first round. So I think kaya nagkaroon ng playing time si Manny Ramos dahil may foul trouble sa mga bigs. So nagtakay mga
right.
Who is Manny Ramos?
Are you fine with Manny Ramos, Gio, as the
you have an article asking who you are, dude.
Yeah, that doesn't get more underrated than that, diba?
Diba?
Okay.
Hindi ko maalala kung article or was it a part of the recap or opinion article ni TLS that time. Basta hindi ko makalimutan yung line na yun kasi binasa ko yun. Sabi ko, is Manny Ramos? Diba? Hindi ko makalimutan yan. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko makalimutan yan.
Manny Ramos, Sagittarius, likes long walks on the beach. Yung profile niya dun. Prefers chocolate cake. Lights off. Ganyan. Who is Manny Ramos?
Kuya Bunda.
Okay, guys, to recap. Point guard, Mac Kuan. Shooting guard, we couldn't decide. Small forward. Did we go with not to rewind the tape. Small forward. We go or fresh or do we go for Coach J? Coach J is a 4, right? Coach
Yeah, let's go Coach J with the 4.
So,
we couldn't decide on the 3
kicks. Either si Calijan or si Willie Wilson.
That's right. We couldn't decide. Then center, who is Manny Ramos?
Yan.
Yeah.
Hindi ko makalimutan.
Okay, guys.
Grabe.
That was our...
I just need to say that's very close. Like, you talk about who is Manny Ramos and playing and winning championships without the center, and PJ Walsham was a center. No, that was very close. Okay?
Oh, sobra.
PJ was a stretch 5 before there was a stretch 5. Siya yung ng tres. Hindi
Ultra stretching while siya ultra stretch.
Hindi lagi pumapasok, but he would still try. That was the thing.
Yes. Pag
And
open.
pakalbo siya ng pakalbo eh. Pag open. Pakalbo siya ng pakalbo nun eh. So that, guys, was our all-time underrated DLSU 5. Let us know your thoughts. Who's your underrated point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, etc. Maybe we can do a better job than we did, and we'll read them on the show in our next episode. So, Go ahead,
singit ko lang, for the person who commented na ba't wala dito si Mike, pwede na natin pasok si Mike Cortez.
okay. I'm disappointed there were no shoutouts for Bader Malabes and Manoj Chandumal eh. Those were the two.
Tama, pwede
joke
pala.
lang.
Pwede.
joke lang si Manoj. But si Bader, 2007, gave us some trees. Remember that Phil All gave of Bader na umulan sa sa Ultra?
Yeah, 2006.
Umulan ng tres. Who is this player?
Hindi hindi ko makalimutan kay Bader, yung nag-trash talk siya kay Paul Lee. Yung parang inano niya na parang basta may good play si Paul Lee, may trash talk, kasi Bader tinuro yung scoreboard. Parang kasi we were up eh. Parang we were up something. I think ito yung replay yata nung 2005 game na reverse na yung inbound yung
overtime
ni Cholo. Na baseline
ng replay.
Di ba? Tapos nagkaroon ng replay sa Ultra yata ni laro yung replay, tapos tinapakan natin si UE nung replay, and then I think si Polly, to sabi ni Bader, tinuturo niya yung scoreboard kasi tambak.
So, no matter how you feel about Bader, he goes in the underrated trash talker first five for sure. And at least pasok siya doon. No matter how you feel about it. So guys, thank you for giving your thoughts. Thanks, Aaron, for listening. Catch us and subscribe to YouTube and our Spotify channels. Catch the Squibber podcast there as we cover the rest of the preseason all the way to the UAP. Who will make our final 16? Do we have more underrated players that will show up this season? We're here to find out. So guys, Gio, Vic, I'm Kiko. Thanks for listening. And as we always say,
Animo
Lasal.
Lasal.
Lasal.